A fictional continuation of H.G. Wells' The Time Machine. H.G. Wells' The Time Machine ends on an open and poignant note, with the time traveler embarking on another mysterious journey, never to return. It is a fertile ground for imaginative continuations. Here's a fictional chapter, where the time traveler returns to Weena's world, bringing with him 3 carefully chosen books to help their society rise from the ashes of stagnation. The time traveler sat in his dimly lit study, the ticking of an antique clock blending seamlessly with the rhythm of his thoughts. His mind was aflame with determination, a plan so daring it bordered on madness. If the Eloi, with their fragile grace, and the Morlocks, with their brutish pragmatism, were trapped in an unending cycle, could knowledge rekindle the fire of progress? He would return to Weena's world, armed with humanity's most potent weapon, books. After hours of deliberation, he settled on 3 volumes. Principia Mathematica by Isaac Newton. Newton's monumental work was not merely a book, it was the cornerstone of the scientific revolution. The time traveler envisioned teaching the Eloi the language of the universe itself, mathematics. With this book, they could understand the principles governing motion and mechanics, laying the groundwork for rebuilding technology. He imagined Weena's delicate hands tracing the equations as her wide eyes absorbed the elegance of Newton's insights. The complete works of William Shakespeare. The time traveler believed that rebuilding a society required not only intellect but soul. Shakespeare's timeless tales of love, ambition, betrayal, and redemption would awaken the Eloi's dormant emotions and spark their imagination. Through these stories, they might rediscover the richness of human experience and the importance of art and empathy in a balanced society. On the Origin of Species by Charles Darwin. If the Eloi and Morlocks were to coexist, or evolve into something better, they needed to understand their shared heritage. Darwin's masterpiece would teach them about the interconnectedness of life, the mechanisms of natural selection, and the potential for adaptation. The time traveler hoped this knowledge would inspire them to overcome their divisions and work together to shape a brighter future. The machine whirred to life, its spinning parts glowing with an otherworldly light. Clutching the books tightly, the time traveler took a deep breath and plunged once more into the unknown. Arriving in the distant future, he found the Eloi as he had left them, fragile and childlike, living in fear of the Morlocks. But this time, he did not come empty-handed. He began with Shakespeare, weaving tales of star-crossed lovers and ambitious kings around their campfires. The Eloi listened, enraptured. Their spirits stirred in ways they could not name. Next, he introduced Newton's laws, demonstrating how they could construct simple machines to ease their lives. Slowly, they began to tinker, their curiosity rekindled. Finally, he turned to Darwin, teaching both Eloi and Morlocks about their shared origins. It was a painstaking process, but small bonds began to form between the 2 groups. As years passed, the time traveler witnessed a transformation. The Eloi, once timid, grew bolder, their minds sharpened by Shakespeare's wit and Newton's logic. The Morlocks, too, began to change, their aggression tempered by an understanding of their place in the grand tapestry of life. Together, they built a new society, a fragile but hopeful beginning. When the time traveler prepared to leave, Weena placed a delicate hand on his arm. "Will you return?" she asked, her voice trembling. He smiled, a mixture of sadness and hope in his eyes. "The future is yours now," he said. "But remember, the past is your teacher." And with that, he vanished, leaving behind a legacy not of technology, but of ideas, sparks to ignite the fire of a reborn civilization. The Seeds of Discord, a new society's journey. Let's embark on another chapter of this unfolding saga, a continuation that delves into the complexities of the new society Weena and her people are building. Chapter: The Seeds of Discord. Years passed since the time traveler had left the Eloi and Morlocks with his books, and their world was no longer the same. the once fragmented groups had started to forge a fragile alliance. Using Newton's laws, they constructed rudimentary tools and even simple shelters that bridged their worlds. Shakespeare's tales inspired festivals and storytelling nights, bringing moments of unity. Darwin's ideas spurred debates on evolution and transformation, igniting a spark of curiosity long absent from their lives. But progress was never linear. As the Eloi grew more confident, some began to question why they should share their newfound knowledge with the Morlocks. "They preyed upon us for centuries," said Liru, a young Eloi who had taken to storytelling with vigor. "Why should we trust them now?" The Morlocks, too, faced their struggles. The once dominant subterranean workers found themselves grappling with ideas of equality that clashed with their survival instincts. Grumach, a former leader among the Morlocks, growled at the sight of Eloi learning to build tools. "They have always been weak," he muttered to his kin. "Why should they wield power now?" The tension came to a head when a group of Eloi discovered a hidden chamber filled with ancient machines deep in Morlock territory. These machines, remnants of a bygone era, could transform their budding society, but only if both groups worked together. The Eloi, wary of the Morlocks' intentions, proposed taking control of the machines. The Morlocks, feeling their territory was being invaded, resisted. Weena, who had become a respected voice among the Eloi, stood at the heart of the debate. "This knowledge was given to all of us," she pleaded. "If we let fear divide us, we dishonor the gift the traveler left behind." Her words resonated with some, but not all. Frustrated by the slow progress, Liru and Grumach formed a secret alliance. They saw an opportunity to control the machines themselves, believing that only a select group, be it Eloi or Morlock, deserved to shape the future. Weena, sensing the growing unrest, gathered a small group of Eloi and Morlocks who shared her vision of unity. Together, they sought to decipher the true purpose of the ancient machines. What they discovered stunned them. The machines were not tools of power, but instruments of learning. They contained archives of knowledge, from medicine to philosophy, that could benefit all. As Weena and her allies worked tirelessly to unlock the machine's secrets, Liru and Grumach launched their plan. In the dead of night, they attempted to seize the machines, but their actions triggered a chain reaction. The machines, delicate from centuries of neglect, began to malfunction. A surge of energy illuminated the chamber, and a strange hum filled the air. At that moment, the time traveler reappeared. Drawn by the disturbance, he emerged from the shimmering light of his machine, his face a mixture of shock and curiosity. "What have you done?" he asked, his voice cutting through the chaos. Weena ran to him, her eyes wide with relief and urgency. "You must help us," she said. "Your gift has brought us hope, but it has also stirred fears we thought were long buried." The time traveler looked around, taking in the fractured alliances and the damaged machines. He realized that his mission was far from over. "Knowledge alone is not enough," he said, his voice heavy with understanding. "It is the wisdom to use it that you must now learn." And so, he stayed, not as a savior, but as a guide, determined to help them navigate the challenges of rebuilding a society, not just with tools and ideas, but with trust and cooperation. This chapter sets the stage for even more exploration of conflict, growth, and reconciliation. Should we dive deeper into their journey, or perhaps follow the time traveler on his next leap into the unknown? Let me know, and I'd be thrilled to keep the story rolling.